Idi Amin Dada established power when he overthrew the former president Obote's government in 1971 after hearing rumors that Obote wanted to capture him. Once Amin overthrew him, he promised that he would give power back to his people. His vision was to gain support from the Ugandan people. He promised to free all political prisoners and also getting rid of Obote's secret police and also bringing economic reforms. To obtain total power, Idi Amin had to take power through a military coup. To ensure he achieved totalitarianism, the parliament was dissolved, no elections were held, secret police, most of them in plain clothes, exercised absolute power. Between 1972 and 1979, Amin's policy was to stay in power at any cost. Amin used violence and terror to eliminate his real and imaginary enemies. Amin sent out killer squads to hunt down his enemies, and who he thought could be a threat to his reign. In order to maintain power, he spread fear by killing all of the members of the previous government. Amin created a secret police called the State Research Bureau to help him spread fear in Uganda as well. Amin would allow his secret police to beat anyone they wanted. He would also question rebels in small rooms and give them a hammer and say, if you go next door and beat the man in that room to death, you will have your freedom. Amin usually would say, give him the VIP treatment, which meant death after torture. During his leadership as president of Uganda, he made drastic changes regarding political and economic policies. For example, his political policy was to expel those who does not give him what he wants. For example, when Amin required military assistance, they were rebuffed by Israel and Britain. He then expelled all Israeli advisors in 1972 and went to Libya for assistance. His economic policy was that he wanted the people in Uganda to take care and control the economy. By doing so, he expelled all Asian workers, which led to the collapse of the economy in Uganda. Just like many dictatorships, propaganda was used for Amin to maintain power in Uganda. His charisma and kindness made the citizens of Uganda believe he was a people's man.
Near border, and withdrawing them to the Uganda national border, because I believe in a peace, unity, reconciliation, and love between my neighbors, including Tanzania, and a good understanding.
He made many propaganda films. His famous film is a documentary by Barbet Schroeder, who turns his camera revealing the dynamic, charming man who was the president of Uganda. Women who lived during Amin's reign and survived began to tell stories of their experience. Women had positions of political power or became successful entrepreneurs, while others endured sexual assault or experienced the trauma of watching their brothers, husbands, or sons disappear by the state security. As I said, Idi Amin departed all Asian minorities. He once said that he had a dream that God told him to order expulsion. Idi Amin had key political allies outside the country. He was in very good relations with superpowers such as Britain, Israel, and Russia, all whom gave Amin military, monetary support. In 1972, he suddenly turned against them and declared them as enemies of Uganda. The United States and Uganda's relationship was strained during the rule of Idi Amin in the 1970s because Amin was violating human rights and the United States didn't tolerate his actions. Israel trained Amin's army but then backed out because they were disgusted of what he was doing to his people. In October 1978, Amin ordered an attack on Tanzania, aided by Ugandan nationalists. Tanzanian troops eventually overpowered the Ugandan army. On April 13, 1979, Amin fled the city, escaping first to Libya. He finally settled in Saudi Arabia. On August 16, 2003, Idi Amin died and he was never tried for gross abuse of human rights.